welcome to Raising the Standards. Jacoby with you, with my partner Bill Wolverton. How are you, Bill?
I am swell. How are you?
I'm good, and June is busting out all over.
It's almost hard to believe it's June, isn't it?
It is hard to believe. It's incredibly hard to believe. Good show today. We're going to talk to Jeff Lederer, who's a saxophone player with a really interesting new CD that's just coming out called There's a Yearning, and we'll find out a little bit about that. And with June comes, of course, if you're a golf fan, the U.S. Open. We'll talk to our friend Manny Freitas from San Juan Oaks, where they're doing qualifying for the U.S. Amateur. So we'll find out about what's going there. With us on the line from the right coast, Jeff Lederer. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be with you and your listeners. Thanks for having me on today.
Well, we're delighted to have you on. And you have just come out with an album, I guess it was last month now, called There's a Yearning, which and it's kind of a tribute. You're doing music from some players that are not necessarily mainstream, but still very much iconic in the jazz world. Or Nat Cole, Eric Dolphy, and Oliver Nelson. Talk to us a little bit about how it all came together.
Yeah, that's correct. That's the focus in this recording is on Ornette's music, Eric Dolphy and Oliver Nelson. Three gentlemen who we know them as brilliant, of course, jazz alto saxophonists and composers of tunes that, are just part of the canon of jazz songbook today. But in fact, in this record, I'm putting a real laser focus on longer form compositions and their work as composers of notated music. And I'm not going to say the word classical, but that's really what this is, and all in the format of the beautiful format of woodwind quintets with voice added. So it's a real specific focus. I would say it's kind of a little bit off of the main path for me as a jazz tenor, loud jazz tenor player, but that's not really true because almost every release I do is something completely new and different, and this one has just been a joy to work with and to shine a light on these three gentlemen as composers in addition to being great jazz alto players.
Now, did you produce the project?
Yes, I did. It's my project, and it kind of came out of work I've been doing with our featured vocalist, Mary Lewis, for many, many years. We've been partners for quite a few decades, and she's a great, great jazz vocalist artist who, for your listeners who might not know the term vocalist, she applies her own new original lyrics to jazz compositions and improvised jazz solos. So in this case, she was really focused in on the work of the great Oliver Nelson. And at the same time, I had been doing some research in the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., where the manuscripts, the collections of the great Eric Dolphy are housed. And in that collection, I saw a woodwind sextet, in fact, that I wasn't familiar with. And I'm really familiar with Eric Dolphy's output. So I came to find out that this was a piece Eric Dolphy had composed in the early 1960s. We don't have an exact date, but it is a notated, beautiful piece of chamber music. And I contacted the Dolphy estate and got permission to record and perform this piece. And in fact, for the very first time, because this is music on the Dolphy side that has never been heard by the public before. So it's pretty exciting that way.
Well, it's interesting when you think of woodwind with voice, you do kind of lend it to sacred music.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, there's one composition of my own on this recording, which actually does lean into the Black American church spiritual tradition a little bit in a very contemporary context. But in fact, it's a gorgeous sound. The woodwind quintet, which, emerged in the mid 18th century in the European classical music of flute, clarinet, bassoon, French horn, and oboe. It's a funny combination of instruments, let me tell you. It's the kind of something that comes out of a musty old linen cabinet or something. It just has an interesting sound to it, but a beautiful sound, an amazing sound. And then blended with the voice, it's really something spectacular. So Mary on this recording sings her lyrics on the Oliver Nelson compositions. There's 5 of those. And in addition, the third composer that we haven't really mentioned yet, Ornette Coleman, wrote some incredible music for woodwind quintet. And I was able to obtain that music directly from Ornette's son, Bernardo Coleman, who shared it with me. So we've recorded 3 movements of Ornette Coleman's woodwind music as well to bring this whole thing together on this project. There's a Yearnin.
I'm curious, Who brought the name Wildebeest into it, and why?
Well, so once we zeroed in on the woodwind quintet format, and I am a woodwind player, but I determined right away I didn't want to just put together a group of my friends. I live in New York City. I know a lot of good woodwind players, but I really wanted to work with a group that had a group identity and sound. So this was a pre-existing woodwind quintet, Wildebeest Wind Quintet, and in fact, they're all great woodwind players, but are also great jazz players. And I knew I needed people who not only knew the language of jazz in terms of phrasing and interpretation, but also could improvise when called upon, which we do call upon them to do that in a couple of points on this recording.
Now, is there in jazz, is there a go-to French horn player, or do you go to Craigslist?
It's a great question. Well, historically, there are Julian Watkins, Vincent Chancy. I'm sure I'm not naming a few that I should be naming. There are some amazing French horn players in the history of jazz music, and there are some amazing French horn players on the scene now. But no, you don't just bump into them on the corner in Brooklyn. You know? I mean, you do it literally right outside my door in New York. I bump into tenor players all the time. But no, you have to look for a French horn player who can swing and articulate on that instrument. And given the way that mouthpiece is, it's a challenge to really create a swinging phrasing on the French horn.
So who with Wildebeest is the French horn player?
That's a gentleman named Nathan Kochi. Wonderful player. Problem with Nathan is he's too multi-talented and too diverse. He's also a great composer, pianist. He directs on Broadway. He does so many things. So we're lucky to get him when we can.
Well, it's good to have an overachiever in the group.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your background. You obviously you live in New York now. Did you grow up on the East Coast?
No, absolutely not. I'm really happy, pleased, proud to tell you I am a Californian.
Oh.
I am a left coast guy.
Yeah.
I grew up in same as Eric Dolphy. I grew up in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Geez, I don't have to tell you what a wonderful way to grow up in Santa Monica, actually. Not too far from the beach. It was an amazing way to grow up. When I got to be about 17, 18 years old, I found the jazz as a young person. Me and my friends found it. We had to look hard, but we found some brilliant role models in Los Angeles. And even at this time, I'm saying the late 1970s, there were vestiges of the Central Avenue bebop scene in Los Angeles still. So what I'm saying is there were some older musicians who could mentor us, and we really learned a lot. But at a certain point, I kind of realized, or I thought to myself, if I'm really getting serious about this music, I kind of need to go to New York. And I did end up making that trip back to the East Coast. Of course, my father, who grew up in the East Coast and spent his, transitioned out to Los Angeles, he said, "What, are you crazy? I spent my whole life trying to get away from that place."
Now, did in the 70s, was Kenton still alive and appearing at the Lighthouse?
Kenton was alive. I never got to see Kenton's band perform, but I did bump into Mr. Kenton at a Mexican restaurant in Venice Beach, California. And I knew who he was.
Very cool.
I did get to see, all the local heroes. Just name them. The great players in Los Angeles. It is a great jazz community. It's a little tougher to find it when you're a young person. But once, you have a driver's license, we used to drive every Tuesday night to Anaheim to go to a jam session just to play one tune. On Wednesday nights, we had a thing, I'm saying now when I was 16, 17, we had a band that played at a cafe in Pasadena, and that band consisted of myself, Terry Gibbs' son on drums, Scott Colley, the great bassist, and again, we're all 15, 16 years old here. Chuck Manning, great saxophonist who's still active in L.A., and Larry Kuntz, guitarist who's also active, fantastic in L.A.
I had the good fortune of spending a little time with Howard Rumsey, who was, of course, Kenton's. He was the bass player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee, I know Howard Rumsey from Concerts by the Sea, but I wonder what. I think bass is correct.
Yeah, I think he was. And when I was at KRML, I had lunch with him a couple times. A nice fellow, and it's so fascinating. And I've often said the one of the many remarkable things about jazz, and they are legion, is the fact that if you talk to a young rock and roll player, and ask him about Bo Diddley or ask him about even Eric Clapton and stuff, they'll look you with a blank stare. But a jazz player, you bring up Lester Young and you bring up Miles, and there is a continuity there that is quite wonderful.
Well, it's continuity and it's community, and it's something else. So today is, if I check my calendar correctly, I believe today might be Saturday, June 5th, which means I'm performing this evening at the Deer Head Inn, a legendary venue in the Delaware Water Depth section of Pennsylvania. And out there's a drummer who lives there, the wonderful Bill Goodwin, who toured with Bill Wood's Quartet all those years. And I'm hoping I'll run into Bill. He's an amazing spirit, and I love to tell him about how I used to go down to Redondo Beach as a kid and see the Phil Woods group play when I was a kid. And yeah, it's community and it's connections and it's multi-generational. And how beautiful is that? And now at this point, I guess we have to mention the passing of the great Sonny Rollins.
Oh, absolutely. We'll be doing a show in the next month on Sonny Rollins. And of course, Sonny, as you're well aware, and I don't know if you know, Bill, was the last surviving member of A Great Day in Harlem, the photograph that was taken in Harlem on 112th Street, I believe. Somebody posted on Facebook, just without anybody in front of it, just the building with an empty curb that was quite moving. And I guess Benny Golson was alive. What was the wonderful film that Tom Hanks did, where he was
the one where he was stuck in the
airport? Trying to meet Benny Golson.
Beautiful film.
And that's an amazing story. We'll talk about it when we do the tribute. Who was there at that photo shoot is nothing short of extraordinary. But who wasn't there is amazing, because Miles and Ellington and I think Billy and Ella were touring, so there were some major players that weren't there. Hey, okay, listen, it's delightful to talk to you. Give us a little, we're going to play Nocturne. Is Mary on this cut?
Yeah, yes, Mary is singing on Nocturne, and it's her lyric on Nocturne. And I'll mention very quickly, we had the opportunity to do performances a few weeks ago of this music with Oliver Nelson Jr., the son of Oliver Nelson, who's a fine flute player, and he guessed it, and he was just kind of delighted at Mary's vocals and her lyrics that she put to his father's music. So it's been a lot of fun too.
Any chance you're going to bring the tour out here?
It's in the works and looking for West Coast opportunities as we speak. So
maybe we can get you. Maybe we can get you up to Toowoomba or something near us. That'd be marvelous.
That'd be cool.
Be marvelous to see.
Yeah, that would be great. And Toowoomba I've been there many times. Matt Wilson's Christmas Trio and some other things recently. And boy, what a beautiful place that is.
Jeff Lederer, I just great fun to talk to you and to recall some great memories about this genre. And thank you for taking the time, my friend. Folks want to find out more about your music or download it. Where do they go?
You can go first to my website, www.littleimusic.com. That's the word little, the letter I, music.com. And there's information there. But you know what? Folks can kind of type my name into the search bar and they'll get a lot of information. And this album is distributed physically in beautiful vinyl format as well as CD, nationally, internationally. And it is available for those who like to hear squash digital streams. It's available on all those platforms. But let me tell you, it sounds better on wax,
Oh, absolutely. And if somebody were to order the album, and could they send it to you and get it signed?
Oh, yeah, for sure. As a matter of fact, if they go, I also do have a band camp site, which many musicians do. So if they order through that, then I can certainly send off a signed copy of the LP. Yeah.
That'd be great. Would you sign it Lou Gehrig for me? Or no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, great talking to you, buddy. And
Likewise,
best of luck with your gig and with the CD. Jeff Lederer, here's a little Nocturne, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.
So many before me, although they warn me, it's intoxicating spell. So I close my eyes and deeply then I breathe in, freely how I give in to this nocturne. Now at least I understand helplessness is heaven. How else would you get there? Just get there at night. At night,
That is very tasty.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Nocturne, and that is Mary LaRosa and Jeff Lederer.
And what was the word he used for someone who puts different vocals to an existing piece of music?
I never listened to interviews.
Something.
No, it's actually vocalese, I believe.
Vocalese, was that it?
I hope it was.
Yeah, see? I like learning stuff, so I learned
What
something.
do you expect me to listen to this stuff?
You're taking notes, man.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy. It's some great
agree.
stories. We alluded to the fact before the interview about the fact the U.S. Open is in June, and which is a big thing.
Well, you said for
obviously,
golf
you're
fans. What
golf
does it qualify? How do you qualify to be a golf fan?
Cashmere sweaters.
Uh-oh.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Because I enjoy golf, but I do it so rarely.
Yeah. But do you watch golf on television?
Also rarely, but I'll enjoy it when I do.
U.S. Open is it's going to be at Shinnecock, which is a really old course in upstate New York.
I had a boss who asked, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. Go ahead.
I had a boss who asked me, are you a golfer, Bill? I said, well, I golf about once a year. And he said, oh, well, then you golf, but you're not a golfer.
Yeah.
So I understood there were some definitions of which I wasn't aware.
I'll tell you what, never be a snob about golf.
Oh, really?
Because Lord will catch up with you. The golf gods will teach you a lesson.
I don't think I would. At the Seascape, I saw a driver up a tree like 40 feet once, and I thought, I would never do that because I don't care. It's relaxing for me.
I used to play with clients, and I would play what I'd call client golf, and if they'd three-putt, I'd three-putt, and if they threw a club, I'd threw a club. And one day my client broke his putter. I can't go there. I'm not going to get the account. Anyway, speaking of golf gods from San Juan Oaks, how's that introduction, Manny?
I love it. Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm a god, but I've been there for a while, so it seems like it.
Manny Freitas, the club manager at San Juan Oaks. And while we're talking about the U.S. Open, there's another major that's coming up, the U.S. Amateur, and you've got some interesting news on that.
Yeah, we sure do. We actually, for the second year in a row, we were able to get the local qualifying for the U.S. Amateur this year. Like I said, we did it last year. We had a lot of success. USJ loved the golf course, and players loved the golf course most importantly. And they called us up at the end of the year last year and said, "Hey, you guys want to do it again?" I said, "Absolutely." So we've got that coming up here Wednesday, June 17th.
Now
we'll be bringing in a bunch of people.
Now, the folks at home that play golf, I'll get a little technical here, but how far do you stretch the course out for the U.S. Amateur? Do they play from the tips?
Yeah, they'll play from the tips. It's a little over 7,000 yards at San Juan Oaks. And as you know, if you could pick up a little bit of wind in the June season, it could stretch it out much further than that with the wind. So it's definitely a challenge for sure.
Now, I warn you, if you're a golfer and you love golf, don't take that to heart that it's 7,000 yards. The great thing about San Juan Oaks, not only is it a marvelous facility and a great club, but you've got a bunch of different tees. And as my friend Barney Adams used to say, keep moving up until you're happy. Play it forward. And you've got that option. And every one of the tees, there's like 4 or 5 different courses, the way the course plays.
Yeah. So we've got, all the way from 4,500 yards from the front tees, which are red tees. And then we could push it all the way back to 7,000 yards. But yeah, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter, if it's a beginner or what your skill level is, there's tees to accommodate everybody. And I agree with you 100%. You play the tees that you have the most fun, because golf is supposed to be enjoyable. You don't want to go out there and get beat up for 5 hours. You want to go out there and have a good time. So Absolutely. Find the tees that will allow you to do that, right?
And talk about having a good time when you get off the course. Now, I'll get back to the U.S. Amateur in a second, but when you get off the course, great restaurants, great bar. I mean, it's a great practice facility. I mean, you guys got it all over there, and it's a great buzz going on about you guys, and it's really happening over there, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got something for everybody, to be honest with you. I mean, whether you just want to come out and have lunch, or you want to come have dinner at 36 North, or you want to play golf. We've been getting into tournaments. We've got a lot of groups coming in from the Silicon Valley, a lot of corporations, that come down and spend the day with us, and it's a pretty incredible place. I mean, you've been coming here since '96, so you kind of know what the place is all about. But it's getting
it just keeps getting better as well. That's the great thing about it. Back to the U.S. Amateur. I know because the Open is literally an Open, and anybody, if they make the cut, can play or qualify. You have to. Are they? As I remember, you have to be less than a 3 handicap.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 2.8, 3, something like that. You got to have an index to get into it. So yeah, you got to be a low handicap amateur to get into this field.
You do, okay. Yeah, I know the U.S. Amateur, or not the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open qualifying, they used to have guys in the old days show up in NASCAR outfits. And it was just dressed as Elvis. And they knew they didn't have a prayer. I'm going to guess that I know one of the wonderful things about the U.S. Amateur. It's like in many cases, it's like seeing A-Rod and Aaron Judge playing minor league balls before they hit the big time. But undoubtedly, there are going to be some icons come out of that tournament.
Yeah, I mean these are the next rising stars, right? These are the young kids that are in college or just out of college that are looking to take to the next step. Maybe they're not ready for the tour yet, but I mean, the USAM is the most prestigious, amateur tournament that you could put on your belt. This is, the Tiger Woods 3-time champ tournament, kind of put him on the map. And so if you win this event, it's a really big deal.
Now, how many people from your qualifying, if they win that qualifying, are they in, or do you go to another sectional?
They'll go to a sectional from there, and then they'll go to the final. This depends on the scoring. I think last year it was the top 6 and ties that made it out of a field of roughly 80 or so. So it's pretty hard to get in. I think last year the qualifying score was 1 or 2 under. So it's you got to go out and play some golf to be able to get to the next stage.
And where's the amateur this year?
Amateur is actually, let's see, where is the amateur this year? It's in Pennsylvania, Marion Golf Club.
At Marion, okay, which is, of course, a major venue. Folks want to come out and watch the players. I'm sure it's a reasonable ticket price.
Yeah, it's come out and watch and buy a sandwich while you're there. Pretty much, there's no fee to come out and see the players. It's just
that's more than reasonable.
More than reasonable. Come out and have a San Juan Oaks cheeseburger and go out and watch a little bit of golf and and root some of these kids on.
Particularly if you've played San Juan, it's fun to go out and see, oh, wow, look at the way this guy's playing this hole. I've never hit that iron. It's good to see somebody, play the course from the back and play it from as a championship approach. Again, what are the dates on that?
It's going to be Wednesday, June 17th. It's a split tee start at 8 o'clock. So from 8 to 10:15 or so, they'll all be on the golf course, and they'll start coming in for their rounds, about 12:30. So and you can visit the USGA. They actually have the local qualifying scores, and you can see the scores as they're coming in. So if anybody wants to they can't make it out, they just want to see what the scores are looking like, go online, and you can see what the scores are.
Now, Manny, will there be ropes or just walk with everybody?
You can just walk. I mean, it's, these guys are out there, it's pretty serious stuff. So, if you kind of just keep your distance from, watch them from a ways. But it's not like when you go over to the 18th tee or anything like that. It's a little more casual.
Terrific. I got to get out there. I'll come see you soon, buddy. Manny Freitas from San Juan Oaks. What a terrific facility and a terrific venue, and now hosting some terrific young players coming up soon. Anyway, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, pleasure. Nice talking to you guys. Take care. Let's get you out to the golf course here real soon.
Sounds good.
All right, my friend. Take care.
Okay.
Manny Freitas. Good guy.
You can get a house there, it looks like.
Yes.
There's a subdivision to the west. All the roads are in, but very few houses. So if you like it enough, you can just build a home right by.
Absolutely.
Walk over and golf.
Should we do liner notes?
Sure, that sounds good.
All right. We've got little Nat Cole coming up. First, as I mentioned before, understand I absolutely plan on a tribute to the late Sonny Rollins on liner notes soon.
Okay.
He was a giant and deserves a well-researched column, so stay tuned. Today, however, two jazz icons together. Actually, if you count the entire Oscar Peterson trio, that would make four icons. Nat Cole, Peterson, guitarist Herb Ellis, and bassist Ray Brown performed live on the 1957 Nat King Cole show. The tune, Tenderly, was written in 1946 by Walter Gross with lyrics by Jack Lawrence. The evening breeze caressed the trees tenderly. The trees embraced the breeze tenderly. Then you and I came wandering by, and lost in a sigh were we. First recorded by Brazilian singer and pianist Dick Farney, Tenderly would become a standard in this country, but also a mainstay in Latin jazz. Cuban artists including Mongo Santamaria, Vicentico Valdez, and Bola de Neve also have released versions of the tune. I do highly recommend you enjoy the audio on this, but go to my Facebook page or Racing the Standard Facebook page and take a look at the video because it is quite wonderful. If you love jazz, if you love the Great American Songbook, you are in for a treat. Enjoy.
To sing again with the wonderful Oscar Peterson Trio, Oscar also will perform what is considered the finest piano treatment of Tenderly. The trees tenderly, the trembling trees embrace the breeze tenderly. Then you and I came wandering by, lost in a sigh were we. The shore was kissed by sea and mist tenderly. I can't forget how two hearts met breathlessly. Your arms open wide and closed me inside. You took my lips, you took my love, Your arms open wide and closed me inside. You took my lips, you took my love so tenderly. You took my lips, you took my love so tenderly.
From 1957, that is so tasty. The great Nat King Cole and Oscar Peterson. I want to say that it was the first time a black artist hosted a national show. I think so. It could have been Belafonte, but it was the same era in the 50s. Nat Cole was special.
Oh, I enjoy playing his music.
Lost him way too young. Heavy smoker, as was so many people in those days. Good show.
I agree.
Yeah, Jeff Lederer and Manny Freitas from San Juan Oaks, and nice.
I hope he does come to the Kumba. I would enjoy his music, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's anytime I can hear jazz and talk golf, I'm a happy camper.
I believe you.
So anyway, that's it. You have yourself a good week. The A train is on its way in. We are on our way out. As always, this show has been for Mark and for Georgianne and, of course, for you. So until next time we get together and once again raise the standards, I'm Jacoby. I'll see you soon.
should take
a train. You get to where you're going in a hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Now it's coming. Can't you hear the rails are humming? If you should miss the